And now, Stephany says, I never thought I would have to engage in the duties of a nurse again, as I abandoned this profession more than 50 years ago. Now, as life happens, I find I have the privilege of caring not only for my infirm husband, but my 90-year young mother, who is at times more able-bodied than I. People are forever remind me to have patience. To this I say, balderdash, since patience is a virtue seldom possessed by man and never possessed by woman, especially this woman. During this tough season, however, I must employ what I know works for me, and that is humor. So, please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Stephany Bonnie Byrne with Laughter is Truly the Best Medicine. Stephany Bonnie Byrne, welcome to the lectern.
Thank you, William. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters of all ages, I am the reluctant caregiver. Like chalk on a blackboard, I cringed at the word caregiver. A long, long time ago, I abandoned the field of nursing for retail banking. You see, I discovered early on that I liked money way better than most people. Along my career path, I've had many jobs, many titles, manager, short order cook, troubleshooter, and so on. But caregiver? Now, more than 50 years later, I am back where I started. I have been caring for my husband Michael for the past 8 years. The consummate athlete who once played Big Ten football can now only walk difficultly with on a roller, with great difficulty on a rollator. With a myriad of health diagnoses and afflictions, I found myself learning far more than I wanted to about healthcare, medicines, and insurance. As if this wasn't challenging enough, my mother, Chloe Mommy, decided that Christmas this past year, she would give me a present with the loss of the use of her legs. Yes, that's right. On Christmas Day, I watched my tiny, unsinkable mother sink to the floor. Her legs would no longer hold her. Mama, are you having a stroke? No, I don't think so. And so began phase two of my saga. A hospital stay, no definitive cause for neural lapse, rehabilitation recommended. I fought like a gladiator to get my mother in the rehab place that I was familiar with, the one that Michael had been in and is in currently. Don't let hospitals, doctors, case managers bully you. They wanted to discharge her, but I refused to take her out until they found a suitable spot for her. Small victory. Yay! So much equipment, implants, monitors, and such. Oh my. My mother was a model patient. She did all of her exercises, listened to the rehab folk and the nurses. She was so willing to get back to where she was, determined to regain the use of her legs. She did everything without complaining, except about the food. You see, my mother is the absolute pickiest eater ever. Here she is in my house demanding menus at mealtime. She won't eat without bread, and she won't even think of touching chicken. I know that she has these idiosyncrasies and she can't eat everything that we eat. So I indulge her, of course. The next hurdle is where was she going to go when she was discharged? Even though she did so, she rehabbed herself in an amazingly short time. I could not let my mother go back home alone. Assisted living, temporary this, long term. It became confusing and expensive. Remember the old V8 commercial? I could have had a V8. Epiphany. She could live with us. Temporarily, of course. The Maserati and the Ferrari. Dueling rollators. Just what the doctor ordered. Start your engines, everyone. This is a fun time. They gallivant through the hall, trying to race each other to the kitchen and into that one downstairs bathroom. Neither one will wear their hearing aids, and they can't hear each other coming. Lots of fun. Now, here's where they really test me. Days are filled with domestic chores, laundry, cooking. Did I tell you I hate the kitchen? Oh, you haven't been treated to one of my rants yet. It's coming. Cleaning, shopping. I don't mind. They need my attention, but why both at the same time? And demanding of all things to eat. My husband, who once would eat snot on a shingle, has now become Little Lord Fauntleroy, picking like my mother. And mercy, if I don't get their treats on the table at the same time, brouhaha. When they're not one-upping and tattling on one another, they complain about anything and everything. I'm too hot, so this is too cold, this is too sweet, this is too savory. They don't even like the way I slice the tomatoes. Then they get together and conspire to see how many times a week they can run me to the market for some type of confection that they can't find in the house. Well, I call them Heckle and Jekyll. Remember though, the magpie duo. And they in turn call me waitress, charwoman, that's a laundress by the way, maid, and I don't care. As long as they don't call me that dreaded moniker, caretaker. I managed to get to District 84's conference in May, barely. Despite the fact that I left plenty of pre-cooked meals, snacks, everything that they could have wanted to eat, I returned home that Sunday to find them virtually untouched. When I asked what they ate, cake. We ate cake. Cake and ice cream. Well, I guess that's one of the major food groups. This is the behavior you can expect to see from any of your charges, patients, loved ones who you take care of at any age and at any time. Strong-willed, determined, and stubborn. What I find I must do is to appreciate the season that they're in, especially for my mother, for whom the parental role has been reversed. Remember the terrible twos? This is the behavior that the pediatricians warned us about. Well, get ready for pushback, even if it's for their own good, and they know it. Get ready for the complaints. Allow them to blow steam. What else can they do? Validate their feelings of frustration. But there has to be some framework. There has to be some rules, just don't etch them in stone. Allow them as much leeway as you can. However, I have one standing rule. It's a hanging offense. Gravitas, more serious than any felony. The one thing I absolutely will not tolerate is farting at the dinner table. Order breakfast table, order brunch table. You get the message. No longer able to drive or attend Toastmaster meetings even on Zoom, nor is he able to set his own schedule or make appointments. Michael is devoid of autonomy. Operations, hospital stays, cardio implants, facilities, rehabilitation stints, more people coming afterwards for months, home health people. This poor man has had more than his share of medical woes. One of the saddest days for us both was when we had to sell his beloved Tundra pickup. Being dependent upon me for nearly all of his daily living, is tough for us both, but I refuse to let it become drudgery. Rather, consider it an unfolding chapter in our own reality show called The Byrne Life Adventure. As for my mother, encouraged that her health has improved, but not happy about her role in life or her station in life, she's affectionately known now as Tap Tap, as she abandoned her rollator for a cane. Sidebar, did you know that you can tell your mother off in real time and get away with it? Want to know how? Easy. Don't put in her hearing aid. Just kidding, no disrespect. Despite the optometrist recertification, Tap Tap is driving no more. My mom is 98. She was still at the wheel at 97 and a half. Laughter is truly the best medicine. It is widely hailed as the best medicine because it has numerous physical and mental health benefits, as well as stress relief, improved mood, and enhanced immune function. I also personally know that it can diffuse anger and neutralize tension. My advice is to laugh often, laugh long, laugh loud. Laugh at their antics, but never at their efforts. Any given morning, I may wake to find my mother has rearranged my pantry, washed and dried paper towels, tapping around for her cane, searching for it rather, which leads me to think she doesn't need it. Last week, I put an old dusty fake ficus tree out to the curb for pickup. My mother tried to wrestle it from me, declaring and insisting that she could bring it back to life. Mama, it's not real. She still thought she could revive it. One of Michael's meds produces hallucinations. One Sunday, he called me at church to tell me he couldn't find his hands. I laughed and tried to get this prescription for myself. Share humorous items. Do sing-alongs, trivia. Regale them with the latest hijinks of the neighbors. Treat yourself and them to some hilarity, free hilarity on TikTok. Feeling sorry for yourself is not an option. It is a waste of time and energy. Remember, if you have a pity party, you most likely will be the only guest. Seek out help. Don't try to go it alone. Those who are in the habit of giving help but rarely taking it will find this hard. It's as if you would think people will think that you can't adequately care for your loved ones by yourself. To this, I say, stop it. Stop thinking like that. Distinguished Toastmaster Tony Giddles wrote this fantastic book, 21 Mistakes Caregivers Make and How to Avoid Them. I have my autographed copy. Of course, I haven't read it yet. Agencies, Council on the Agent, AARP, and the like. an assortment, a vast array of help. You just have to sort through it to get what you need. Just remember, even the Lone Ranger had Tonto. Best takeaways? I think I can back this up one. Accept help. Don't get burnt out. Be the ultimate advocate for your loved ones. Don't be a martyr. Don't rely on nurses, health aides, or anyone else to keep the records that you need to maintain. Do as much as you can to align the appointments with your own schedules. Don't take their first option as the gospel. There's room for negotiating anything. Don't be intimidated by medical professionals or the many letters they may have behind their name. Be the intercessor for your people. You have to be the ultimate care manager for your loved ones. Don't stop finding the funny. Laugh. Laugh long, laugh loud, laugh forever. This is tough stuff, but you can still find humor. I'm not Florence Nightingale, nor am I Mother Teresa. I don't have a martyr complex and a suffering saint? I think not. In Christendom, we're taught to look for God in everything. Here at Find Your Funny, Toastmasters, we learn to look for humor in everything. When people advise me, no, admonish me to get more help with my charges, I say to them, what are you, nuts? And miss out on all this fun? No way, Mr. Toastmaster, Mr. Master of Ceremonies Nakumbi.
Okay.